So thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it and been getting a lot of great feedback from people that are really learning a lot by these sessions. So you wrote me that you wanted to work on back pain.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me about how the back pain is right now as you're experiencing it in this moment.
Um, I don't know. It's not especially high in the moment. It was earlier today. Um, so I'm pretty limited in mobility, in my ability to lift anything, and I'm having to use Western medicine and take pain medication for the first time in 7 years.
Oh yeah, okay. So the back pain is as you're sitting there feeling it 0 to 10.
Um, 2, 3.
Okay,
It's not especially high right now.
okay.
If you had me walk up and down some stairs, I would probably tell you it's a 6.
Okay. All right. And then limited mobility, is that what you mean? Like going up and down stairs, lifting things, or is there something else that makes it, you know, more painful?
If I'm walking longer distances, I have to use a walker.
Okay.
So not able to walk long distances. My flexibility is not great. I get Charlie horses and muscle tensions. I have difficulty going up and down stairs. I have an 18-month-old son that I have to pick up a lot, which is incredibly painful and really a problem. And
Yeah.
my, and my husband is deployed, so I have no help at home.
Oh
Uh,
boy. Okay.
so I'm bending over to wash dishes, and that's painful, or I'm getting clothes out of the dryer, and that's painful.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Leaning forward to breastfeed my son, and that's painful.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Yeah.
so I mean, you name it. I mean, really any kind of minor housekeeping thing that I have to do, from like leaning forward to wash my hands to shaving my legs to chores to I can't vacuum my house, and I don't even want to tell you what my floors look like. It's a nightmare.
Okay. All right. So we could tap on all of that and what
Right.
you're feeling about all of that. But we happen to be in our little discussion ahead of time. You happen to mention that this all started with an accident.
Yes.
So I'd really like to see if we can clear anything that was a result of what happened in the accident that could be an emotional contributing factor to all of this.
Yes.
Okay, great. So if you're game, I'd like to do that.
Yep.
Um, and have you worked on it at all?
I was tapping as soon as I got hit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's do this as tell the story, and we'll see if we have to modify it or not. So I want you to think about how long that event would be if you were to focus and think about it. Just guessing at how long it would be in real time if I were observing the accident.
Oh, a minute, maybe 2 minutes.
Okay, great. And if we call it the accident, is that title too triggering for you, or is it okay to use the accident?
No, that's fine.
Okay. And if I were having you guess at the level of intensity just for the title, so if you were standing outside of a movie theater and see the accident on the marquee, guess at your level of intensity for just the title.
I feel a little tension in my chest about it. I would say 3, maybe 4.
Okay. So that's creeping up a little bit higher than I want, so let's go ahead and tap on that. And if
Okay.
I ask you to repeat anything that doesn't sound true, you want to say it in a different way, you're used to tapping, if you want to change the setup, just let me know.
Sure.
Oh, okay, so even though there's this accident event,
Even though there's this accident event,
right here, right now, I'm okay.
right here, right now, I'm okay.
Even though there's the accident,
Even though there's the accident,
right here, right now, I'm safe.
right here, right now, I'm safe.
Even though there's the accident,
Even though there's the accident,
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Good. The accident,
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 The accident.
The accident.
Okay. Just at the title, guessing at your level of intensity.
Would you mind saying it? That's easier, probably.
The accident.
2, 3, I would say.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think it's safe to proceed from here. What I want you to do is go to the very beginning before anything happened and set it up for me. Describe what was going on. It could be like I'm driving, thinking about where I'm going to meet my friend for dinner, something like that. And then you're going to stop at the first peak of intensity. But I have to tell you, there's something called the trauma capsule, which will almost force you or propel you forward. And it's my job to keep you safe. So I might interrupt you, say, hold on, let me check on that part. So that's part of the process too. Know that I'm not being rude. It's just my priority to keep you safe. So go ahead from before anything bad happening.
So I immediately get triggered because here's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the car that I'm driving.
Okay. All right. So let's start there even before. So the car that you're driving, what does that mean?
So I had just had the most disastrous car buying experience ever.
Okay.
It took 4 business days to buy this car.
Okay.
They improperly tagged it. So I had to call and fight with them for 10 days to get appropriate temp tags. And the day that they arrived, I put them on my car. I drove to Costco and got rear-ended on my way home.
Okay.
That car was a bad luck. Am I allowed to curse here?
Yes, you are.
Because that piece of shit was bad luck from the start, and fuck me for buying a Mercedes. That is all I can think about.
Okay. So let's tap on that. All right. So even though that car was a piece of shit bad luck.
Even though that car was terrible luck and it was a total piece of shit.
And fuck me for buying a Mercedes.
And fuck me for buying a Mercedes.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though that was bad luck from the first moment.
Even though that car was bad luck from the first moment.
And fuck me for buying a Mercedes.
And fuck me for buying a Mercedes.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel it was bad luck from the start.
Even though I feel like that car was bad luck from the start.
Piece of shit.
It was a total piece of shit. Nothing went smoothly. I should have walked away and trusted my gut, and I didn't.
Okay. I should have trusted my gut, but I didn't.
I should have trusted my gut, but I didn't.
And I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I should have trusted my gut.
I should have trusted my gut.
I should have trusted my gut about that piece of shit car.
I should have trusted my gut about that piece of shit car.
Fuck me for buying a Mercedes.
Fuck me for buying a Mercedes.
I should have trusted my gut, but I didn't.
I should have trusted my gut, but I didn't.
It was bad luck.
It was bad luck.
And I knew it. I should have trusted my gut.
And I knew it. I should have trusted my gut.
I should have just trusted my gut about this piece of shit car.
I should have just trusted my gut about this piece of shit car.
Fuck me for buying a Mercedes.
Fuck me for buying a Mercedes.
Good. Okay. So that was a little bit of we went to some sneaking up because that was first and center. So now thinking about that part of it, how are you feeling?
Maybe a 4.
Okay. And so of all the little things, like the moment that you found out the tags were wrong and all of that kind of stuff, the 4 days, what part of that are you focusing on?
I bought that car because it made financial sense. So I was looking at 2 different models of the same car. One was the color I wanted and had the navigation pack that I wanted. And it was a couple $1,000s more. And there was one across the street that was not the color I wanted. And it didn't have the nav package, but financially it was a much better deal. And my husband didn't want me to spend more money. He wanted me to stick to this smaller budget. And I let him talk me into buying a car that wasn't really the one that I wanted. And when I attempted to purchase the car, They screwed it up wholly, and I mean,
Okay.
like everything just went wrong. And
Okay. So
I,
let's take
I
the,
feel like I feel like I was kind of being a people pleaser. Like I wasn't listening to myself, and I went against my gut to do something that was more logical than it was gut.
okay. So just thinking about that you let him talk you into getting that car. So there was a conversation and it made more financial sense to get the other car that you didn't really want.
Right.
What's the emotion? You were people pleasing and that makes
Oh,
you
I'm
feel what?
so pissed off. I'm so
Pissed
pissed.
off. 0 to 10 on pissed off.
Um, 7.
Do you feel that anywhere in your body?
Chest. Right here in
Okay.
the.
All right. Even though I feel so pissed off
Even though I feel so pissed off,
and I feel it in my chest.
and I feel it in my chest.
I was people pleasing
I was people pleasing,
and I let him talk me into the car that I didn't want.
and I let him talk me into the car that I didn't want.
It made financial sense,
It made financial sense,
but it wasn't the one I wanted.
but it wasn't the one I wanted.
And I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel pissed in my chest,
Even though I feel pissed in my chest.
I was a people pleaser.
I was a people pleaser.
I let him talk me into the car, not the one that I wanted.
I let him talk me into a car, not the one that I wanted.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I should have trusted my gut,
Even though I should have trusted my gut.
I really wanted the other car,
I really wanted the other car.
but I let him talk me into the one that made financial sense.
But I let him talk me into the one that made financial sense.
And I feel pissed.
And I feel pissed.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I feel pissed.
I feel really pissed.
I feel really pissed.
I feel really pissed.
I let him talk me into that car.
I let him talk me into that car.
It wasn't the one that I wanted.
It wasn't the one that I wanted.
I should have trusted my gut.
I should have trusted my gut.
Feeling pissed in my chest.
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 Okay. So, thinking about that, you let him talk you into the other car, not the one that you wanted. Pissed 0 to 10.
5, probably.
Okay. Is it still in your chest?
It's not as tense, but it's still, I mean, it's still a little bit. I can feel my heart rate up a little
Okay.
bit.
All right. Even though I feel my heart race a bit,
Even though I feel my heart rate up,
still feeling pissed
I'm still feeling pissed
that I let him talk me into that car
that I let him talk me into that car
instead of trusting my gut.
instead of trusting my gut.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel pissed
Even though I still feel pissed
and I feel it in my heart,
and I feel it in my heart.
I let him talk me into that car
I let him talk me into that car
instead of trusting my gut.
instead of trusting my gut.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel pissed,
Even though I feel pissed,
I feel pissed in my heart
I feel pissed in my heart
that he talked me into buying that other car.
that he talked me into buying the other car.
And I really wanted the other one.
And I really wanted the other one.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
And he just wouldn't let me buy the car I wanted.
He just wouldn't let me buy the car I wanted.
I love improving myself.
He just didn't let me have the car I wanted.
He just wouldn't let me have the car I wanted.
He just didn't let me have the car I wanted.
He just didn't let me have the car I wanted.
He just didn't let me have the car I wanted.
He just didn't let me have the car I wanted.
I'm pissed.
And I'm pissed.
And I'm pissed.
And I am pissed.
He just didn't let me have the car I wanted.
He just didn't let me have the car I wanted.
He just didn't let me have the car I wanted.
He just didn't let me have the car I wanted.
I'm feeling pissed.
I'm feeling pissed. Man. That just brings up a whole slew of shit.
Okay, so let's check on this one event though.
Yeah.
where you let him talk you into buying the car. He just would not let you have the other car.
Yeah.
Still pissed? Still 5?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you know that it was not that he talked you out of it, but it was more like he wouldn't let you?
I think it's more that he wouldn't let me, because it was actually a like $12 a month payment difference, and we could have afforded it. But when he was looking at the numbers, he heard 25 versus 28,000 and decided 28 was too much, even though we could have gotten a much better financing deal on the other one and the payment would have been about equal. He just doesn't make good financial decisions. He doesn't know how to do it. It was our first financial decision as a married couple.
Yeah.
And I didn't yet understand that he's an idiot that cannot manage his finances. So I didn't fight or push.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm mad.
So you sat there and you looked at the numbers, and do you remember what he said or how he looked or anything like that?
I remember him looking nervous. He always looks nervous whenever we talk about money.
Okay. All right. So you were talking about money. This is your first financial decision as a married couple, and he was looking nervous, and he wouldn't let you, even though it was, he thought he'd made a decision, 28,000 was too much.
Right.
Pissed or something else?
Something else, but
Okay. Do you feel it anywhere in your body?
Yeah, it's still that same, like, pressure in my chest.
Okay. Even though I feel this pressure in my chest.
Even though I feel this pressure in my chest.
It's the first financial decision we're making as a married couple.
It's the first financial decision we're making as a married couple.
And he heard 28,000 and decided it was too much.
And he heard 28,000 and decided it was too much.
And he looked nervous.
And he looked nervous.
And he wouldn't let me have it.
And he wouldn't let me have it.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel this pressure in my chest.
Even though I feel this pressure in my chest.
He looked nervous.
He looked nervous.
And he wouldn't let me have it.
And he wouldn't let me have it.
He heard 28,000.
He heard 28,000.
And decided it was too much.
And decided it was too much.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel all this pressure.
Even though I feel all this pressure.
All this pressure in my chest.
Ooh. Even though I feel all this pressure between my shoulder blades.
Okay.
Approved.
Okay. And looking at him, looks nervous.
He looks nervous.
And he decided that 28,000 was too much.
And he decided that 28,000 was too much.
And he wouldn't let me have the car I really wanted.
And he wouldn't let me have the car I really wanted.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
He wouldn't let me have the car I wanted.
He wouldn't let me have the car I wanted.
I looked over and he looked nervous.
I looked over and he looked panicked.
He looked panicked. Yep, and I feel it in my shoulder blades.
And I feel it in my shoulder blades.
He decided 28,000 was too much.
He decided 28,000 was too much.
He looked nervous, panicked.
He looked nervous and panicked.
And he wouldn't let me have it.
And he wouldn't let me have it.
He wouldn't let me have the car I really wanted.
He wouldn't let me have the car I really wanted.
He decided 28,000 was too much.
He decided 28,000 was too much. I just remembered. Of course. Isn't that fun how that works?
Yeah.
So I'd had a previous car loan, and they reported to Equifax. But they didn't report to the other agencies for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And so the car that I really wanted used, I think, TransUnion. The dealership used TransUnion. So they're showing that I didn't have an auto loan. So they told me I was required to have a cosigner, and he wouldn't cosign. He wanted to have the other one because it was cheaper and he wouldn't have to cosign.
So thinking about the fact that he wouldn't cosign, what are you feeling?
I am super pissed that he wouldn't stick up for me.
Okay. Where do you feel that?
Shoulder blades.
Okay. Even though I feel it in my shoulder blades.
Even though I feel it in my shoulder blades.
Feeling super pissed off.
I'm feeling super pissed off.
He wouldn't stick up for me.
He wouldn't stick up for me.
He wouldn't co-sign.
He wouldn't co-sign.
For the car I really wanted.
For the car I really wanted.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I'm super pissed.
Even though I'm super pissed.
He wouldn't stick up for me.
He wouldn't stick up for me.
He wouldn't co-sign.
And he wouldn't co-sign.
On the car I really wanted.
On the car I really wanted.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though he wouldn't co-sign.
Even though he wouldn't co-sign.
I'm feeling super pissed off between my shoulder blades.
I'm feeling super disappointed.
Okay.
Between my shoulder blades.
He wouldn't stick up for me.
He wouldn't stick up for me.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Feeling super disappointed.
Feeling really 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 disappointed.
He wouldn't co-sign on the car.
He wouldn't co-sign on the car?
The car that I really wanted.
The car that I really wanted.
Feeling super disappointed.
Feeling super disappointed.
Feeling super disappointed.
Feeling super disappointed.
He wouldn't stick up for me and co-sign on the car I really wanted.
He wouldn't stick up for me and co-sign on the car I really wanted. Mm-hmm.
Disappointment, 0 to 10. For that event.
2, 3.
Still between your shoulder blades?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Still
there.
Still about the fact that he wouldn't co-sign?
I don't know. I feel like there's something there that I'm missing.
All right. Well, just blurt it out if you get it. All right. Even though I'm feeling disappointed.
Even though I'm feeling really hurt.
Yeah.
I feel really hurt.
Okay.
Because I feel like he did not want to be my partner and stick up for me. I just moved across country and turned my life upside down and left 2 companies to get married to him, and he would not co-sign a loan with me.
Mm-hmm. And I'm feeling really hurt.
And I'm feeling really hurt.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I'm feeling really hurt.
Even though I'm feeling really hurt.
That he wouldn't co-sign.
That he wouldn't co-sign.
After I turned my entire life around to be with him.
Even though I turned my entire life around to be with him.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though he didn't want to be my partner.
Even though he didn't want to be my partner.
He didn't want to stick up for me.
He didn't want to stick up for me.
He wouldn't co-sign.
He wouldn't co-sign.
On the car I really wanted.
On the car I really wanted.
And I'm feeling really hurt.
And I'm feeling really hurt.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Good. Feeling really hurt.
I'm feeling really hurt.
I'm feeling really hurt.
Feeling really hurt.
He wouldn't co-sign.
He wouldn't co-sign.
He wouldn't be my partner.
He wouldn't be my partner.
He didn't stick up for me.
He didn't stick up for me.
He wouldn't co-sign on the car I really wanted.
He wouldn't co-sign on the car I really wanted.
He wouldn't co-sign on the car I really wanted.
He wouldn't co-sign on the car I really wanted.
Feeling all this hurt and disappointment.
Feeling all this hurt and disappointment.
Thinking about that now.
Mm-hmm.
How strong is the hurt that he didn't co-sign?
Maybe a 3.
Do you feel that anywhere?
No, not really.
Okay. Even though I still feel hurt.
Even though I still feel hurt.
That he wouldn't co-sign.
That he wouldn't co-sign.
That he wouldn't be my partner.
That he wouldn't be my partner.
He wouldn't stick up for me.
And he wouldn't stick up for me.
By co-signing on the car I really wanted.
By co-signing on the car I really wanted.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I still feel hurt.
Even though I still feel hurt.
He wouldn't be my partner.
He wouldn't be my partner.
He wouldn't co-sign on the loan that on the car I really wanted.
He wouldn't co-sign the loan on the car I really wanted.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I still feel hurt.
Even though I still feel hurt.
That he wouldn't co-sign on the loan.
That he wouldn't co-sign on a loan.
He wouldn't be my partner.
He wouldn't be my partner.
He wouldn't stick up for me.
He wouldn't stick up for me.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Good. Still feeling hurt.
Still feeling hurt.
This remaining hurt.
This remaining hurt.
He wouldn't be my partner.
He wouldn't be my partner.
He wouldn't stick up for me.
He wouldn't stick up for me.
Feeling really hurt.
Feeling really hurt.
Feeling really hurt.
Feeling really hurt.
He wouldn't stick up for me.
He wouldn't stick up for me.
Feeling really hurt.
Feeling really hurt.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about that now.
Mm-hmm.
You're there. He's asked to co-sign, and he says no.
I don't know. Maybe a 1.
Okay. What makes it a 1 and not a 0? What do you think is left?
I think I think there's always that twinge that you get when somebody is not totally on board. But panic about money is kind of a baseline personality trait for him. And I mostly end up just feeling frustrated that I have to either beat him into submission or lube him up in order to do anything that requires money.
Okay. So right. So it's more than just the car.
Yeah.
Okay. But for the car on that day, when he said no on co-signing, he's looking nervous, panicked almost, and he wouldn't let you have that car that you really wanted.
Yeah.
How is that feeling now?
I just feel frustrated. I think frustration is the big thing that comes up.
And let me hear you say why. Frustration about what?
I feel frustrated that he has to be tucked into things, that he doesn't seem to understand finances or economics at all. And which causes major disagreements between us in primarily politics, shockingly, because now I handle the money for the household and we don't have to fight about this stuff anymore. I just show him what the budget is and he says, okay. But when we were first married, we were buying the car the first month we were married. Or we've been married, I think 6 weeks. So we hadn't yet figured out how to do that, but it's still, at that time especially, it was so frustrating.
Okay. And is there another example, or is this the best one?
I don't know. He told me what our budget was for the wedding, but he didn't appropriately budget, and we ended up. I had just left my job after. So when we were getting married, I was that week. I had just lost an enormous amount of money in a business deal, so I was totally financially dependent on him. And he had given me a budget for a wedding and honeymoon, and I had come in significantly under, several $1,000s under. But he didn't appropriately budget when he gave me that number, and he just doesn't know how to do that, apparently. So we were on the very last day of our honeymoon trying to ship something home to ourselves, and the debit card for our joint account got declined. And so I called the bank to say, hey, what's going on? and money he had transferred over had bounced, and we were standing there on the last day of our honeymoon totally penniless because he had failed to budget appropriately because he doesn't understand money.
Okay. And thinking about that now, what are you feeling?
um, I don't know. That situation wasn't actually that bad because I jumped into action and my dad came in to save the day and was like, hey, use the business card. It's fine. Yada, yada, get home, get some meals, worry about it later. And so it was actually fine, but it was definitely the first indication that he did not understand how to use money.
Okay. And so is there any negative emotion thinking about that? That it was the first indication?
Not really, actually.
It's a zero.
It's the first one that comes to mind just because it was kind of drastic and so immediate, but
okay. So just check on it thoroughly. Close your eyes if you need to, and really check on that last day. You're on your honeymoon, and you realize that he did not appropriately budget, and your debit card got declined.
it's
You're penniless.
Funny. Like, it's really kind of funny.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It shouldn't be funny, but it's just one of those things you're like, oh God, really?
Okay.
More fodder for the reality show.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to the car.
Yeah.
You're sitting there at the office at the finance, probably with the finance office, and they're giving you the numbers, and he hears $28,000, and he says no, and he wouldn't let you have it.
Yeah.
What's left?
I don't know. Resignation.
Okay. And how high is that?
Like an 8.
And resignation is like a result. This is resolved because I'm just resigned to it, or something else?
Like I just feel beaten.
Okay.
Not like an abusive kind of way, but like defeated, I guess is maybe the better word there. Okay.
So I'm just going to ask something because what I keep hearing, I'm just going to ask you, and if it resonates, we'll add it. So the line is, this never would have happened if I had had the car that I wanted.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Even though I feel beaten.
Even though I feel beaten.
I feel defeated.
I feel totally defeated.
I feel the sense of resignation.
I feel the sense of resignation.
He wouldn't let me have the car I wanted.
He wouldn't let me have the car I wanted.
And this never would have happened.
And this never would have happened.
If I got the car I wanted.
If I got the car I wanted.
And I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel this sense of resignation.
Even though I feel this sense of resignation.
Feeling defeated.
Feeling defeated.
Feeling beaten.
Feeling beaten.
He wouldn't let me have the car I wanted.
He wouldn't let me have the car I wanted.
He wouldn't co-sign.
He wouldn't co-sign.
And this never would have happened.
And this never would have happened.
If I got the car I really wanted.
If I got the car I really wanted.
And I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel beaten and resigned.
Even though I feel beaten and resigned.
And I feel defeated.
And I feel defeated.
This never would have happened if I had the car I wanted.
This never would have happened if I had the car that I wanted.
And I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
This never would have happened.
This never would have happened.
If I got the car I really wanted.
If I got the car I really wanted.
But he wouldn't let me have it.
But he wouldn't let me have it.
I feel beaten down and defeated.
I feel beaten down and defeated.
I have this sense of resignation.
And this sense of resignation.
Feeling beaten and resigned.
Feeling beaten and resigned.
He wouldn't let me have the car I really wanted.
He wouldn't let me have the car I really wanted.
This never would have happened if I got the car I really wanted.
Never would have happened if I got the car I really wanted. So, the one thing that popped up is this never would have happened if we weren't living in Washington. We weren't supposed to be there. He's in the Army, and he had orders to go to Germany. But he missed a dental appointment before going on a 40-day training. And because he missed a dental appointment, he went red on health status and lost his orders to Germany. And I had to move to Washington State instead of Germany.
Okay. And when did you find out?
Before I moved to Washington, before the car, a couple of months before the car.
He called you, you got a message. How did you find out?
He was in, I think he had just gotten back from California. He'd been in the California desert for like 45 days, and he had just gotten, I think he had just gotten back when he found out. I got a phone call because he was in Washington and I was at home.
Okay. All right. And so thinking about that, you got the phone call. We're not going to Germany. You're coming to Washington. And it never would have happened if he hadn't missed his dental appointment and you had to do that. What are you feeling?
I'm so pissed.
Pissed.
What an idiot fucking thing to do. How stupid and irresponsible are you that you can't make a dental appointment that ruined our fucking lives?
Okay. Even though I'm so pissed.
Even though I am so pissed.
I ended up in Washington. Instead of Germany. This never would have happened. What an idiot thing to do. And I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I feel pissed. What an idiot thing to do. He went red because he missed a dental appointment. I got the phone call that said we weren't going to Germany. I was going to Washington. And the accident never would have happened.
If I was in Germany.
Yeah, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I feel pissed. So pissed getting that call. I'm going to Washington, not Germany. What an idiot thing to do. He went red because he missed a dental appointment. I deeply and completely accept myself. Feeling pissed. What an idiot thing to do. I wouldn't have had the car accident in Germany. It never would have happened. Feeling pissed. What an idiot thing to do. What an idiot thing to do. Feeling pissed.
Yeah, they don't have I-5 in Germany. I would have been fine.
Okay. All right. I know all about I-5. So tell me now how you're feeling about that moment.
It was the reason we had decided to get married in the timeline that we did, was so that I could move to Germany with him. So I feel like, it was really the only reason we were getting married then. And then to have gotten married and find out like, oh, no, we're not going because I didn't go to a dental appointment.
Yes. Still pissed?
I feel, I don't know, feelings are feelings. There was definitely no malicious intent on his part, but I feel manipulated.
Okay. All right. And that you were manipulated makes you feel what emotion?
Angry, betrayed.
Okay. Angry, you said?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. 0 to 10.
4.
Okay. Even though I feel angry and manipulated.
Even though I feel angry and manipulated.
It was the only reason we got married when we did.
It was the only reason we got married when we did.
And then I get, nope, we're not doing that.
And then I get, nope, we're not doing that.
We're not going to Germany.
We're not going to Germany.
You're coming to Washington.
You're coming to Washington.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel manipulated.
Even though I feel manipulated.
And I'm feeling this anger.
And I'm feeling this anger.
Nope, we're not going to Germany.
Nope, we're not going to Germany.
Because I missed a dental appointment.
Because I missed a dental appointment.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel manipulated.
Even though I feel manipulated.
And I feel angry.
And I feel angry.
It was the only reason we got married when we did.
It was the only reason we got married when we did.
And they said, nope, we're not going to Germany.
And he said, nope, we're not going to Germany.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I feel angry and manipulated.
I feel angry and manipulated.
It was the only reason we got married when we did.
It was the only reason we got married when we did.
All of this anger.
All of this anger.
Feeling manipulated.
Feeling manipulated.
Nope, we're not going to Germany.
Nope, we're not going to Germany.
Feeling all this anger.
Feeling all this anger.
Feeling all this anger.
Feeling all this anger.
Feeling anger and feeling manipulated.
Feeling angry and manipulated.
Okay.
0.
Okay, good. All right, let's go through this.
Okay.
Anything left about the fact that you got the call, we're not going to Germany, you're coming to Washington?
Yeah, I guess I was disappointed because I really wanted to live in Europe again.
Yeah.
And not Washington State, where everything had already gone wrong for me.
Okay.
Like, I hated Washington to begin with because it was just, you ever go to a club and you have a terrible time there? It's not the club's fault, but you always associate your terrible time with the club. That was how I felt about Washington State. Like, I already was predisposed to hate Washington State.
Yes.
And then finding out I was going to have to live there was frustrating, especially for a stupid reason.
Right. Okay.
But
all right. How about that that he wouldn't co-sign on the loan? You didn't get the car that you wanted. You should have trusted your gut.
Yeah, I definitely should have trusted my gut.
Is there a charge with that?
I'm kicking myself a little bit. I'm a little mad at myself for not following my gut. I should have just dropped it and kept the car that I had. So I guess there's some level of regret there.
All right. 0 to 10 on the regret?
6.
Do you feel that anywhere in your body?
No.
Okay. Even though I'm kicking myself.
Even though I'm kicking myself.
And I feel all this regret.
And I feel all this regret.
I should have just kept the car I wanted.
I should have just gotten the car I wanted.
Or kept the what?
Or kept the one I had.
Oh, kept the one you had. All right. I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I'm kicking myself.
Even though I'm really kicking myself.
I should have trusted my gut.
I should have trusted my gut.
Feeling all this regret.
Feeling all this regret.
I should have gotten the car I wanted.
I should have gotten the car I wanted.
Or kept the one I had.
Or kept the one I had.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel all this regret.
Even though I feel all this regret.
I'm kicking myself.
I'm really kicking myself.
For not trusting my intuition.
For not trusting my intuition.
I should have gotten the car I wanted.
I should have gotten the car I wanted.
Or kept the one I had.
Or kept the one I had.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
All this regret.
All this regret.
I'm kicking myself.
I'm really kicking myself.
I didn't trust my gut.
I didn't trust my gut.
I should have gotten the car I wanted.
Should have gotten the car I wanted.
Or kept the one I had.
Or kept the one I had.
I feel all this regret.
I feel all this regret.
I'm kicking myself.
I'm really kicking myself.
For not trusting my gut.
For not trusting my gut. One, two.
Okay. What do you think is left?
Around that, nothing.
So it's a 1 or 2 because?
I don't know. I feel like if I let it go completely, maybe I won't remember the lesson to always listen to your gut.
Okay. Okay. So is the back pain part of that?
Maybe.
All right. Let's try this on.
All right.
Even though there's a part of me
Even though there's a part of me
that might not want to let this go,
that might not want to let this go,
might not even want to let the back pain go,
might not even want to let the back pain go.
Because it's a good reminder.
Because it's a good reminder.
Not to do this again.
Not to do this again.
To always trust my gut.
To always trust my gut.
And I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though there might be some part of me.
Even though there might be some part of me.
That thinks I can't let this go.
That thinks I can't let this go.
It'll be a good reminder.
It'll be a good reminder.
That back pain certainly is going to remind me.
And the back pain certainly reminds me.
That I always need to trust my gut.
That I always need to trust my gut.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though there might be some part of me that doesn't want to completely let it go.
Even though there might be some part of me that doesn't want to completely let it go.
Who knows? I might forget this lesson.
Who knows? I might forget this lesson.
So I'll have the back pain.
So I'll have the back pain.
And I won't let it go.
And I won't let it go.
And I'll be reminded for the rest of my life.
And I'll be reminded for the rest of my life.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Some part of me might not be willing to let it go.
Some part of me might not be willing to let it go.
If I let it go, I'll forget.
If I let it go, I'll forget.
I need this reminder.
I need this reminder.
I need the reminder.
I need the reminder.
To always trust my gut.
To always trust my gut.
I can never forget to trust my gut.
I can never forget to trust my gut.
So I'm not going to let this go.
So I'm not going to let this go.
And maybe I'll keep the back pain too.
Maybe I'll keep the back pain. No, I feel okay.
Okay? I want you to say it. If I let this go, I'm not going to have a good reminder.
If I let this go, I'm not going to have a good reminder.
Is that true?
No.
Okay, if I let go of the back pain completely, I'm not going to have the reminder.
If I let go of the back pain completely, I'm not going to have the reminder. No, it doesn't feel true at all.
All right, great. Okay. Well, that was good. I want you to check on your back pain now. Tell me, is it still, you said it wasn't high, it was about a 2-3.
Yeah, it's, probably the same, maybe a 2.
A 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I would say there's still many little pieces to wrap up this work, the emotional side of what's going on with your back pain. Certainly where we started, before we did any tapping, there was a lot of things that are losses associated with not having full mobility, right? Not feeling supported, which is a big theme with back issues. So that definitely needs to be a piece to work on. And also the actual accident, which we didn't get to because all of this was so on the surface,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So, but good work. So let's wrap it up with, even though there's more work to do on this.
Even though there's more work to do on this.
I'm feeling better.
I'm feeling better.
About getting that car.
About getting that car.
And what happened.
And what happened.
And maybe that's enough for now.
And maybe that's enough for now.
So even though I'm not done with this,
Even though I'm not done with this,
there's certainly other pieces to work on.
there are certainly other pieces to work on.
I've made some interesting connections.
I've made some interesting connections.
Even though I'm not done with this yet,
Even though I'm not done with this yet,
I can appreciate the work I've done so far.
I can appreciate the work I've done so far.
I'm feeling good about just putting this aside.
I'm feeling good about putting this aside.
I'm acknowledging how much I really did on this.
I'm acknowledging how much I really worked on this.
Yeah, I did a good job.
I did a good job.
I started to unravel this puzzle.
I started to unravel this puzzle.
And I have other things I can work on.
And I have other things I can work on.
I'm feeling better about some things with my husband.
I'm feeling better about some things with my husband.
There was a lot there I didn't even know was really there.
There was a lot there I didn't even know was really there.
And I can appreciate that I've taken the time to do this work today.
And I can appreciate that I've taken the time to do this work today.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks, Alina. I really appreciate it.
All right. Take care.